Imagine this. You're at the top of the world. You've built an empire, achieved your dreams, and everyone knows your name. But then, in the blink of an eye, it all comes crashing down. You lose everything. Your money, your reputation, even your sense of self. You hit rock bottom, and the world writes you off. But what if I told you that this is where the real story begins? Today, I'm going to take you on a journey. A story of triumph, tragedy, and the ultimate comeback. This isn't just a story. It's a battle cry for anyone who's ever been knocked down and told they'll never rise again. By the end of this video, you'll see that failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of something greater. Let's dive in. The rise, the story of success. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel wasn't just successful, he was unstoppable. By the age of 25, he had built a multi-million-dollar company from scratch. He was the golden boy of the tech world, featured on magazine covers, invited to speak at elite conferences, and celebrated as a visionary. His life was a dream come true. He had the mansion, the cars, the respect, and the admiration of everyone around him. But here's the thing about success. It can blind you. It can make you feel invincible, like nothing can ever go wrong. And that's exactly when life decides to teach you a lesson. The fall, crushing failure. It started with a single email. A whistleblower from within Daniel's company exposed a critical flaw in their product, a flaw Daniel had ignored in his pursuit of rapid growth. Overnight, the media turned against him. Lawsuits piled up, investors pulled out, and his company's stock plummeted. Within months, Daniel lost everything. His company went bankrupt, his assets were seized, and he was left with nothing but debt and regret. The man who once had it all was now a pariah. Mocked and ridiculed by the same people who once praised him, Daniel hit rock bottom. He spent months in isolation, drowning in self-doubt and despair. He replayed every mistake in his mind, wondering where it all went wrong. He felt like a failure, like he had let down everyone who believed in him. But deep down, there was a spark, a tiny, flickering light that refused to go out. It was the belief that maybe, just maybe, this wasn't the end. The turning point, the decision to rise again. One night, Daniel made a decision. He decided that he wasn't going to let failure define him. He wasn't going to let the world write him off. He started small, reading books, attending therapy, and reaching out to mentors who had been through similar struggles. He began to see failure not as a death sentence, but as a teacher. Every mistake, every setback was a lesson in disguise. Daniel started working on a new idea, a simple app that solved a problem he had encountered during his darkest days. He poured his heart and soul into it, working tirelessly day and night. There were moments when he wanted to quit, when the weight of his past failures felt too heavy to bear. But he kept going. He reminded himself that every great comeback story begins with a decision to rise again. The redemption, rising stronger than ever. 2 years later, Daniel launched his new app. It wasn't an overnight success, but it grew steadily. People began to notice the quality, the passion, and the authenticity behind it. Slowly but surely, Daniel rebuilt his reputation. He wasn't just building a business, he was rebuilding himself. Today, Daniel's company is worth billions, but that's not the most impressive part of his story. What's truly remarkable is the man he became through the process. He's wiser, humbler, and more resilient than ever. He's proof that failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter, if you have the courage to turn the page. The big motivational lesson. So what's the lesson here? It's this. Failure is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Every setback, every mistake, every moment of despair is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. The road to success is not a straight line. It's a roller coaster of highs and lows. And the people who make it to the top aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who keep getting back up. If you're going through a tough time right now, I want you to remember Daniel's story. I want you to remember that your darkest moments are not the end. They're the beginning of something greater. You have the power to rise again, to rewrite your story, and to come back stronger than ever. The world may knock you down, but it can't keep you down unless you let it. So get up. Keep going. Your comeback story is waiting to be written. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. This is Stoic Mind, reminding you that your greatest strength lies in your ability to rise after every fall. See you in the next video.